The second golden age of Warcraft. We're moving into it. Here in January, there's several releases coming up, and there's a lot to be excited if you are a Warcraft player. First of all, we have to congratulate Blizzard on actually doing the opposite of what most of us do. Instead of gaining weight over the holidays, they decided to drop a whole bunch of it. In all seriousness, who knows exactly how much one man's impact can have on the company? But I guess we'll all find out here soon. Also, too, everyone, just to let you all know, my voice may sound a little bit off because I have fighting off a little bit of frost fever I picked up over the holidays. So sorry for that. Now, Warcraft, let's talk about it. What all are we getting into here in January? Season of Discovery has been kicking butt. A lot of people have been playing it. I've been playing a hell of a lot of it. And it's just been an absolute blast to experience Azeroth, classic Azeroth, in a completely new and different way. So phase 2 of that is going to be dropping here in January. We're going to get it all new runes, a new level cap up to level 40. We're going to be doing to the Gnomeregan Raid instead of Black Fathom Depths. A new legendary PvP zone with Stranglethorn as well. I'm excited to see what kind of awesome things we have cooked up in the Stranglethorn PvP area, especially with an area that's so renowned for faction-on-faction conflict and just random skirmishes always happening. We've all seen the memes comparing Stranglethorn to Vietnam. So, I mean, hey, we'll get to experience it in a whole new way. And I could keep talking on and on just about Season of Discovery, but also retail is getting 10.2.5 with some pretty massive changes. Most of us probably saw this over the holiday, during the holiday break time, but here we have 10.2.5 is being called Seeds of Renewal. Seeds of Renewal is going to bring with it, in particular, something I find really interesting, follower dungeons. This is something brand new that hasn't been done before. I'm excited to see this game system implemented and see how it works. I've heard some varying opinions on having something like follower dungeons in the game. I think it does no harm. I'm excited to see. I think it does no harm as long as it's not the primary way of getting gear and the best way of getting gear. I think giving players that aren't interested in group content a little less friction around finding more powerful items, no issue at all. I think that's actually a really great way. It's great to have options, especially for casual players. But of course, I think we all can agree that an MMO should be about finding people to complete difficult content with, but I'll never disagree with more options and just more things to do in Warcraft. Nothing but benefits can come from that. Let's see how it's implemented though. The rest of it is your expected add-ons for a mid-patch, but also they're adding the ability to Dragonflight anywhere, which is super awesome. I was really worried that Dragonflying would go away with Dragonflight, which I think would be a massive mistake. While not everybody loves Dragonflying, I think enough of us really have gone accustomed to it. That's a new interactive way to play, but giving players, again, we talk about options in MMOs, the more the better. The more ways to play, it really fleshes out your MMO, makes it feel like a living world instead of just a queue simulator. And Alliance players, I know there's been a lot of talk and excitement around the reclamation of Gilneas, what exactly that means, what all we're going to see. So Worgen players especially are going to have something really interesting to dive into and really sink their teeth into. Coming just after that, I can't just not mention this. There's a 10.2.6 skull and crossbones flag. Who knows what that means? And I'm really excited that Blizzard really hasn't talked about it, unless I missed an announcement somewhere. But we haven't really heard about exactly what this is. There's been a lot of speculation, possibly pirates, something like that. We've had confirmation that it's not pirates. So who the hell knows? We don't know exactly what's coming, but something we all learned from Season of Discovery. Sometimes not knowing can be way more interesting than knowing. So let's go into the great unknown and find out. And I know we're talking about January, but how can we not talk about it? We're getting a World of Warcraft expansion this year as well. The War Within is on the way, and we can start feeling the early tidings of that as early as the summer of this year. That's incredible. The content patches have been coming out super fast. In fact, the last time that we had a roadmap like this, I remember looking at it and thinking, wow, that's super optimistic. I wonder if they can keep with it. Because again, we were coming off the back of Shadowlands last time I saw a roadmap like this. But nobody can disagree. They stuck to their plan. They released this roadmap and they hit it beat by beat. As we went forward, we got the constant stream of content. I don't think anybody can say that Dragonflight has been dry for any long period of time compared to previous expansions. Their pacing has been incredible. I think the community as a whole, at least the impression I get, is that Dragonflight has been a healing expansion, kind of repairing the damage that Shadowlands and the Unmentionable expansion. But Dragonflight gets to kind of repair some of those wounds by constant stream of content, new updates to things like the profession system, which I think is still a work in progress. They haven't hit the nail completely on the head. I think it'd be hard to find someone to disagree with the fact that professions aren't more interesting. There's a lot more there in regards to how you can build your profession and all that kind of stuff. But I would like to see them take another pass at this. Specifically, the crafting order system, I think, is a really cool idea. And I'd like to see them refine that a bit to make it a little bit more usable and integrated with their current systems. But we'll see what they have in store for that. I do think they mentioned that there is some updates to professions coming down the pipeline. So yeah, retail, super excited, super excited. And again, and if we swing back over to Classic Hardcore is getting an update as well. Solo Self-Found is going to be finding its way into Hardcore WoW. This is going to give a new boost and new interest, I think, into the challenge that comes along with Hardcore WoW, and it makes it more of an individual challenge instead of someone being carried through it. They did mention that there's more changes coming than just the solo self-found restriction. This could be more restrictions surrounding it to make it even more challenging, to ensure that people are exploiting the rule set, or maybe even more unique challenges await. We don't know. It's coming. We'll have to see. So yeah, January's looking fully packed with a lot of stuff. But if we extend it out for the whole year, like when we look at this roadmap, look at all that content that's coming our way. And not only that, but we have two roadmaps to look at. We have Classic and also Retail WoW's roadmap to look at both. If you're a player that is playing both versions of this game, you're going to have a blast this year because there's always going to be something new to do. I didn't even mention that we're getting Classic Cataclysm coming here way later in the year around August. Initially, I was a little bit nervous about having so many different versions of WoW in the WoW ecosystem because it might fragment the player base. But I found, on the contrary, it seems to be always giving something interesting and new that players are able to sink their teeth into. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited to play all of it. I don't define myself as just a retail WoW player or just a classic player. I like all forms of Warcraft. So more versions of Warcraft is just more new stuff for me to play. And I think we all kind of realize this from playing MMOs. The most exciting part is the burst of player activity that comes in when a new content patch comes out, or a new expansion comes out, or a new game comes out. It's super fun to have just a lively server, bunch of people on there all playing together. And with the constant doses of content, we're going to pretty regularly have access to new content and that new player activity. So I'm super excited. I'll open this a little further and say this isn't just exciting for current and returning players, but brand new players. There's never been a better time to jump into Warcraft, check out the new stuff, and start joining the I guess I'll call it Warcraft ecosystem, because we have so many different versions of it now. And hey, try them all, find your flavor, or if you like everything, you can play everything. And players play games differently now. I don't think we all play just one single game. Some of us do, and that's just fine. But for the most part, we're looking to check out the brand new things. Now, one thing I didn't mention is that also Diablo 4 is going to be getting an update as well. We're moving into Season 3 with a lot of the promised features that we've all really been holding on to and looking forward to. If you're a Diablo 4 player, check out in the description. I have a video talking about Diablo 4 and what's to come on that and how we can prepare for it. I hope we have a badass Warcraft year, but also I hope you have a great new year as well. I really appreciate the support that you all have shown my channel. I've had just the best time delivering this content to you guys, and seeing people enjoy it and for it to be helpful really means the world to me. And I just wanted to say thanks. All right, everyone, if the video did help you out today, please heroic strike that like button. And if you want to stay tuned for more WoW content in the future, please bash the subscribe. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.